Everyone, I went out and got hammered last night, so I haven't actually really been home properly, and yeah, I think a bit. So you've got the full audio, visual, olfactory experience. You know, I'm doing all your senses. The first poem I'm going to do is about it's about breasts and bras, and someone got offended by this once, and it's not. I'm not having a go at women. I think women should be able to wear whatever bra they want, but in this situation, it is right or wrong. It's either too big or too small, or right. Anyway. Your bra is too small for your Titanic tits. Face it, my lovely, it just doesn't fit. You can push, you can pull, you can squeeze, but you'll fool no one but yourself. It's not cool to have 4 boobs instead of the 2. Just burn it, my darling, it's the best thing to do. There's something the others really need, something other than that tiny wee flip of a thing. Watch it cling with the underwire straining. The fitter who did you quite clearly needs retraining or restraining from working in this field again. But she's 10. Or 11, 12 or 13. For an adult, for surely an adult, she couldn't have been. She'd have seen those 2 bulbous humps upward rearing and set you a course, a vector, a steering for double E, F or G's, not the A's through to C's. It's like using a teacup to contain 7 C's. So please, will you listen? Take note, pay me heed. Your bra's just too small for such massive memories. Okay, I wasn't going to say this because there's a little girl here. Alright, she definitely still not in front of you, yeah, the first time I did this, the woman told me that it was a flagrant endorsement and justification of the objectification of women in the media. And I said, yeah, I know, it's really funny. I do so love to watch my porn, despite the warnings I've been warned of impending blindness and limp right wrists. The end result negates these risks, because I love the girls who squeak and moan. I love the girls who do it on their own. I love the ones on mobile phones, and I love the ones who are baking scones. Bending down to the oven in stiletto heels when a gentle stroking she begins to feel. Gad, look, by gum, how rude, uncouth. You'd think she's getting the come on from a tall, dark youth. You'd think right now she'd shy away, slap his hand, or at least say, get off me. But no, it seems she's game. Skin off frame after frame of predictable dribble. It's so bloody inane, no storyline to speak of, just more of the same, and then some, and then some, and then what's a game? She's looking quite bored, like it's all rather tame. Guys once before come and jump in her game. It seems to excite her, they're having no names. I know, so you can watch credit. Where did they come from? No, not both at once. Surely she'll tear. God didn't design her to take that in there. But I can't help but stare. I do so love to watch my porn, despite the shame and sore self-scorn, exploitative pain and suffering caused in young innocent turn to wash out old horse, but then when I'm floating it. I'm going to go with this one's a bit weird. Yeah, I like it though. Does anyone know what one of these is? Right. The cigarettes? Yeah. Someone once told me they're called Barbie tampons, which I found quite amusing. I quite like that. One time I was making a rollie, I was tempted to put them between my lips. And French housemates started to go to like, Alex! And anyway, while that Barbie tampon was resting against myself, I guess I managed to write this poem. I swallowed a tampon. Not a big tampon, you must understand. Not a jumbo, lumbering, gargantuan tampon. Not even a big tampon, but a Barbie tampon, a nano tampon, a marvel in Lilliputian absorption. A taster of tampon, a modicum of tampon, a taster of tampon. To be frank, it was a titch of a tampon. But this is now, that was then. Is it 1 inch or 10? Will it distend in the end until it can't turn and bend and hole up in my digestive tract? Will it escape me one morning and I'll find it absorbing, fine wines with crunchy sunpat? I doubt that, but I worry. I could start craving McFlurries or the Colonel's own sparky with wraps, like an insistent infant in my demand at this instant I fill it with fillet of cat. Is it infinitely intestinal? Will it be there for keeps? Does it want choco muesli or tatties and neats? Because I'm feeling strange feelings now, really and truly, all warm and maternal. I think it's called brooding. I'm wanting to nurture, to ready my nest. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll give it my best. I'll take folic acid, get plenty of rest. I'm not giving up fags, but I'll drink slightly less. Now I wonder, how long's the gestation for an AIDS sanitation? They say water births are good, but I fear hyperinflation. Should I apply to the council for birth certification, or will they take him away for experimentation? These puzzles and problems to solve are not easy for a single parent to be of a whole new species. But let us not linger on events now long past. 3 years ago Saturday he dropped from my arse. He popped out fully formed with a step full of spring, flowing cape woven of finest blue string, pants worn freely on top of his tights, ready for action to fight the good fight and to mop up any blood without mercy on sight. So off he flew, tampon boy, absorber of evil, ready to soak up the snakes and the weasels, the rats and the scumbags, the bad, mean and dark. He thought he dropped in on Zimbabwe to make a good start, then on to Afghanistan, Guantanamo, Iraq. Twice around Gaza, that was no walk in the park. But then he was back, eyes wet and teary, pouring his heart out to his old dad, me. His edges are all fluffy, there's whiskey on his breast. He's struggling with words, trying to get it off his chest. No tampon on earth that can clear up this mess. I say go to bed, son, lie down, get some rest. Next morning he's gone, disappeared, flown the nest. And he was in and out of care, on probation in Borstal. Last time I saw him, he was living in a hostel, track marks up his arms, eyes dark, sunken portals. What hope for us now? What hope for us mortals? But there is a chance now yet here, do not worry, get windy. I had to swallow 4 more tampons suited only to Cindy. I have 4 names already, Maxie, Middy and Minnie, the 4's undecided between Tammy and Lily. But with 4 tampon heroes to fight the good fight, surely the dark must have come to the light, because good always wins in the end, am I right? If you lot believe that, you believe any old shite. Sort of slightly more serious one now. It means quite a lot to me because I'm a bit of an alcoholic and I really need pubs to stay open, otherwise I'll have nowhere to go basically. Yeah, this one's all about pubs. Once more onto the pub, dear friends. 4 pubs a day across our nation face bolted doors and liquidation, conversion to accommodation, demolition, dilapidation. Now please a brief reiteration to ensure full comprehension. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 pubs every day are closing down. But no one cares, of course. I frown. We pop to Tesco to Yuki Brown. We go to Weatherspoons in town. 2 for 1 factory gets split for £10 while a real pub shuts without a sound. Oaky, smoky, horse brasses, darts, wizened old men that were born in these parts. Bucks and barmaids, smiling and able, kids in the garden, pool on the table, Sunday roast roasted, not boiled in the bag, somewhere to sit for a pint and a fag. These are the things they're taking from us with their bands and their taxes and their euro buff. The tavern, the inn, the English pub, and here's what gets me, here's the rub. These politicians fill our lunch with talk of Englishness and such. Test for immigrants inbound while 4 pubs close because of the smoking ban. Here's their England in these 4 walls, yet they seem intent on its demise and fall. So hear me, punters, one and all, feel my anger and heed my call. We must fight for our heritage, for our boozers' fare. We must fight for the swan and for the duck and for the bear. We must fight because they're ours and no one else cares. Just put your hand in your pocket, bars over there. Last one.
Ish.
Oh, you mentioned Justin Timberlake earlier. I hate Justin Timberlake. He makes me feel sick with his gyrating hips and with his pulsating pelvis and his gyrating hips. He says he's bringing sexy back, Justin. Tell me, when did it quit? I don't put you in charge anyway, you dumb prick. Just a quick one following along the fake line. You've both been following. This one's called Future's Righteous, the Future's Orange. I met a man from somewhere at Stan. He wasn't happy with his tan. I asked him why. He sat inside and cried. It feels all right then. Is there, my friend, between you and I am a freedom fighter, embodiment of 1,000 shades, so don't you take the Guevara. I'll crush the capitalist pig dog scum like an overripe banana. But how many people have you seen rage against a fascist machine with milky skin like bourgeois cream? Not me. And so on to the epilogue to this vacuous little toad. With dubious motives, we could question ideals, ways like a dick extension. He wasn't hip, he wasn't cool, because you could see through all his schmooze when the bullshit began to ooze from his lips, now surrounded frame by bottled tan. It's such a shame that nothing rhymes with orange.